thought is, there is hope even when your brain tells you there isn't. I repeat it again. There is hope even when your brain tells you there isn't. Good morning everyone. Welcome back. I hope all of you are fit and fine at home. This video is for the students of class 8, subject English, and this is my revision video number 3. Students, in this video, we shall revise our chapter number 2, that is Children at Work. It is taken from It So Happened book. Then we shall revise our chapter number 2, that is Verbs, Auxiliaries and Modals. It is taken from P.C. Wren's grammar book. Basically, in this video, we are not going to learn these chapters in detail because we have already discussed them in detail. So today, we shall just have a review of all these chapters. Then we shall discuss our homework solution of the homework which was assigned you in lecture number 1 of poem 2 geography lesson. So let's start with our summary of chapter number 2, that is Children at Work. It is written by famous writers Geeta Wolf, Anushka Ravishankar and Arijit Singh. It is taken from the book Trash on Rag Picker Children and Recycling. Before start reading the summary of the chapter in detail, let me tell you about the main characters. This story is about Velu, a runaway 11 years old village child, and a girl of similar age, Jaya, who is serving in a big city all by herself as a rag picker. Later, Velu also ends up as a rag picker in a big city and faced with the harsh reality of life on the streets. So let's read the summary to know more about these children. So let's start reading the summary of the chapter. Velu was an 11 years old boy who had run away from home. He reached Chennai Central in the Kanyakumari Express without a ticket. He had no money for the ticket, but luckily the ticket collector did not come to the unreserved compartment. He tried to sleep on the floor near the door, but the group of men playing cards and shouting made him sleepless. After getting off, he sat on a bench on the platform, putting his small bundle down. In all his 11 years, he had never seen so many people. He watched them very carefully and he felt the noise miserable. He was feeling miserable and exhausted. He had eaten nothing but some peanuts and a piece of jaggery. In these 2 days, he carried a shirt, a towel and a comb in his bundle. Velu was awakened by a rough voice. When he turned around, he saw a girl of his own age wearing a long banyan that reached her knees. Her hair was stiff and brownish, and she had a huge sack on one shoulder. She was picking up dirty plastic cups from the floor and stuffing them into her sack. She asked his name and inquired whether he had run away from home. But Velu did not want to share his secret with the strange girl that he had run away from home because he could not bear his father beating him for one more day. His father would snatch all the money which Velu and his sisters earned and spend it on drinks. The girl asked about his plan, but he didn't answer. When he felt hunger pinching him, the girl told him that she can find some food if he wants. It was still morning, but Velu's bare feet burned as the sun blasted down on the tar and he was soaked with sweat. He was thinking about the food, and after an hour, they stopped in front of a big building which was an auditorium or a marriage hall. He read the names of the groom and the bride, and he saw big cars parked outside. When the girl told him to come, Looking at the huge hall and the people inside, he asked, "Are we going to eat here?" She led him behind the hall where a huge garbage bin was overflowing with rubbish. Two goats were standing on the pile fighting for a banana leaf. She picked up a squashy banana and held it out to him and told, "Here is your food." Velu remarked that those houses are strange because in his village the houses are made of mud and palm leaves. Jaya went around to one of the huts and dumped her sack outside and picked up an empty one and told, "Let's go." She threw him a pair of old shoes without laces and pushed a sack and a stick into his hands and told to go with her. Velu was confused and thought about the work which she wanted him to do with those things. The only work he had ever done was on the landowner's farm, weeding and taking cows out to graze. So he asked her, "Are there any farms in the city?" She laughed at this and told him that there are no farmers there, and they were rag pickers. Velu had never heard a thing that people collect things from rubbish bins. She clarified the fact that it is not rubbish. They are collecting but only paper, plastic, glass and such other things. He was puzzled when he heard that they sell it to Jam Bajar Jaggu. He asked her, who is he and why is he buying all these? Because he had heard of only people throwing away rubbish, not buying them. She explained him that after buying this, he sells it to a factory. In factory, these plastics and papers are recycled into a new one. Jaya told she had no time to waste like him, but Velu did not move from there. He was thinking that he hadn't run away and come to this new place to dig through garbage bins. But he was not having another option. Velu was not happy with the job. He decided when he gets another job, he will leave this dirty job. So this was the end of the story, or this was the summary of the chapter. Now we shall revise our chapter number 2, that is verbs, auxiliaries and modals. In this chapter, we shall cover the topic auxiliary verbs. First of all, see what is the meaning of a verb. A verb is a word or a combination of words that indicates an action or a state of being or condition. A verb is a part of a sentence that tells us what the subject performs. Let's see how many kinds of verbs are there. Number 1, finite verbs. Number 2, non-finite verbs. Number 3, action verbs. Number 4, linking verbs. Number 5, auxiliary verbs. Number 6, modal verbs. So there are 6 kinds of verbs. Let's see what is the meaning of auxiliary verbs. The verbs which help the main verbs to form a tense or an expression are called auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. For example, they are playing in the park. Here the word ark is primary auxiliary verb and it is playing as a role of helping verb. And playing word is here main verb. Let's see how many kinds of auxiliary verbs are there. Number 1, primary auxiliary verbs. Number 2, modal auxiliary verbs. So there are total 2 auxiliary verbs, primary and modal. So today we shall revise the topic primary auxiliary verbs because we have already revised modal verbs. So let's see what is the meaning of primary auxiliary verbs. Primary auxiliaries change their form according to the person and number of the subject and tense of the verb. They are be, do and have. So there are total 3 types of primary auxiliary verbs: be, do and have. Let's see how these primary auxiliary verbs are divided into different forms. Be. The present forms of be are, am, is, are. And the past forms of be are, was and were. Have. The present forms of have are, has and have. The past form of have is, had. Do. The present forms of do are, do and does. The past form of do is, did. So these are the forms of primary auxiliary verbs be, do, have. Primary auxiliary verbs are irregular verbs with many different forms, and these forms change according to the tenses. These verbs are used in positive, interrogative and negative sentences. The primary auxiliary verbs be, do and have can be used as an auxiliary verb and main verb in the sentences. Let's see the uses of be. Number 1. Be is used as main verb in the sentences. It is used in positive, negative and interrogative sentences. For example, they are 15 years old. They are not 15 years old. Are they 15 years old? So here the word, it is used as main verb in the positive, negative and interrogative sentences. And it is a form of be. Number 2, be is used in progressive tenses. Progressive tense means it is a verb that indicates a continuous action or an action in progress. It is also called continuous tense. It is used in present continuous, past continuous, present perfect continuous and past perfect continuous tenses. For examples, he is playing football. He was playing football. He has been playing football. He had been playing football. The words is, was, been. They all are forms of be and they are used as helping verbs in the sentences. Been is past participle form of be. Number 3, be is used in passive forms. It is used in simple present tense, simple past tense, present perfect, past perfect and future indefinite tenses. For examples, the house is or was built. The house has or had been built. The house will be built. The words is, was and been, they all are forms of be and they are used as helping verbs in the sentences. Let's see the uses of have. Number 1. Have is used as main verb in the sentences. It is used in positive, negative and interrogative sentences. For examples, I have a car. I don't have a car. Do I have a car? So here the word have, it is used as main verb in positive, negative and interrogative sentences. But don't and do, they both are used as helping verb in the sentences. Number 2, have is used in active voice. It is used in present perfect, past perfect, present perfect continuous and past perfect continuous tenses. For examples, he has played football. He had played football. He has been playing football. He had been playing football. So here the words has and had, they both are the forms of have and they both are used as helping verb in the sentences. Number 3, have is used in passive voice. It is used in present and past perfect tenses. For example, the house has or had been built. The words has or had, they both are used as helping verb in the sentences and they are the forms of have. Let's see the uses of do. Do is used as main verb in the sentences. It is used in positive, negative and interrogative sentences in present simple and past simple tenses. For examples, I do my homework. I don't do my homework. Does he do his homework? So here the word do is used as main verb in the sentences. Number 2, as an auxiliary verb means helping verb, We use do in negative and interrogative sentences, in simple present and simple past tenses. Like in the above examples, don't and does, they both are used as helping verbs in the sentences. Students, you have to complete your homework on the basis of the chapters explained by me. And your homework is do assignment based on chapter 2, that is children at work, of literature, and chapter 2, that is verbs, auxiliaries and modals of grammar, which is uploaded in homework column on EdQuark website. This assignment you have to do in your fair notebook. Now, we shall discuss the homework solution of homework which was assigned you in lecture number 1 of poem 2, Geography Lesson, which is written by Zulfikar Ghosh. As we have already discussed the explanation, summary and word meanings of poem 2, Geography Lesson. As I assigned you homework which was to be done by you on the basis of your understanding, and your homework was read poem 2 and write word meanings highlighted in the video. Based on the understanding of the poem, write the answers of the questions mentioned in the book Honeydew as. Page number 35, working with the poem, question number 1 to 4. Let's discuss the word meanings of the poem. Number 1, haphazard means without any planning or an unorganized way. I repeat it again, haphazard means without any planning or an unorganized way. Number 2, delineated means described or depicted. I repeat it again, delineated means described or depicted. Number 3, sprang means lifted off. I repeat it again, sprang means lifted off. Number 4 is inevitability means certainty or the quality of being certain to happen. I repeat it again, inevitability means certainty or the quality of being certain to happen. Number 5, barriers means a long wall. I repeat it again, barriers means a long wall. Number 6, abundantly means a large quantities. I repeat it again, abundantly means a large quantities. Now, let's discuss the questions and answers. Answer the following questions. Question number 1. Find 3 or 4 phrases in stanzas 1 and 2 which are likely to occur in a geography lesson. The answer of the question is, some phrases that are likely to occur in a geography lesson are, the city had developed the way it had. It scaled 6 inches to the mile. Cities where the rivers ran. And the valleys were populated. Question number 2 is, seen from the window of an aeroplane, the city appears. Number 1, as haphazard as on ground. Number 2, as neat as a map. Number 3, as developed as necessary. Mark the right answer. The answer of the question number 2 is third option, that is as developed as necessary. Question number 3 is, which of the following statements are examples of the logic of geography? Number 1, there are cities where there are rivers. Number 2, cities appear as they are not from 6 miles above the ground. Number 3, it is easy to understand why valleys are populated. Number 4, it is difficult to understand why humans hate and kill one another. Number 5, the earth is round and it has more sea than land. The answer of the question is option number 1, 3 and 4 are the correct statements. That is, there are cities where there are rivers. It is easy to understand why valleys are populated, and it is difficult to understand why humans hate and kill one another. Question number 4 is, mention 2 things that are. Number 1, clear from the height. Number 2, not clear from the height. The answer of the first part is, from the height it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. It was also clear that the earth was round and that it had more sea than land. The answer of the second part is, from the height, it was not clear why the men on the earth found reasons to hate each other. It was also not understandable why men had to build walls across cities and why they had to kill each other. Note the important information. On Thursday, solution of assignment will be uploaded on EdQuark website. On Friday, test will be uploaded on EdQuark website. No video lectures will be uploaded on Thursday and Friday. So, this is the end of the lecture. At last, I would like to say that complete your homework in neat and clean handwriting in your fair notebook by following the correct format. Thank you and have a nice day.